Hey everybody, welcome to the round 18 preview. It is a blockbuster on Saturday night coming up for us. It's the Blues and the Cats at the MCG, 7:25 p.m. I'm really excited about this one. I was excited last week. I'm always excited to watch the boys play. There's nothing in this world better than the Carlton Football Club, and especially when it's up and about. But with all due respect to the Eagles, this one this week against the Cats just means more to me. It's just, it's another one of those, I don't know if you call it a litmus test, but I think the build up towards the games against Sydney, Fremantle, and now Geelong, they feel a little similar. All of these teams that we are now about to play, we're all in this mix for the top 6, 7, maybe even the top 4, depending on how results go. But yeah, this one's a good one. I've got a lot of respect for Geelong. They're an unbelievable club. Can't say a bad word about them. The longevity and the consistency over many, many years and the ability for them to continue to be relevant is truly remarkable. And I don't know if it's being truly recognised just yet. I think there's this narrative around, they're a little older. All they do is seem to make prelims. No, they've been, grossly successful as a club. So I've got a lot of respect for them, and the idea of playing against them, the idea of beating them means a lot. It means a lot. It would mean something, and I think it would get us really up and about if we get the job done on Saturday night. The disappointing part, I guess, in the matchup is that Tom Stewart won't be playing due to suspension. I want it to be tough for us. I want to play the teams at their best. I think there's no better tune-up and preparation for winning the ultimate prize than playing against the best teams. And Geelong are, right now, the way I see it, I think they're the form team of the competition. They've just come out after the bye and they've just got the job done consistently, with Stewart, without Stewart. So they're going nicely. They're also managing their players back really well, and they're just biding their time. Dangerfield's only just been reinserted into the lineup. So yeah, this one would mean a lot. And for whatever reason, I don't know why it's sticking in my brain so much, but I remember the last time we played them so clearly. We kicked 1 goal 13 to start the game. I still feel the rage of kicking 1 goal 13 to start that game. I remember Walsh was sensational, and I remember going to the game, and it was at the MCG. I think it was the last game of 2021 before the next, wave of lockdowns came, or lockouts came, I should say, from the footy. And I remember being so disappointed and having this weird feeling that no matter what we did, we were never going to win that game. And I just don't want to feel that again. So I'm looking forward to going to Saturday night, sitting down, the crowd roaring. We've had a week off, for us here in Victoria and us here in Melbourne. We've had a week off going to the footy. So I expect there to be a serious atmosphere, and I expect us to take it right to them, and I expect them to take it right to us. I think if you look at the matchups on paper, it's tantalising. You've got all these, popular names. You've got the key forwards. Ours have kicked 86 combined. Theirs have kicked 89 combined. We're still marvelling at the fact that Harry and Charlie are playing in the same team, and that Charlie is playing footy, let alone leading the Coleman medal at the commencement of round 18. So there's that, but now that there's this added element of, oh wow, it's ours against theirs, and I've got full respect for Cameron and Hawkins there. I still think they're at the top of the tree, and until our boys sort of knock them off their perch, you've got to give respect where it's where it's been earned. So I think the Geelong boys really lead the way, and I think if our Twin Towers, if our version of the Twin Towers can have the careers of what Cameron and Hawkins especially have had, then we're going to have a very special club to follow, because the Geelong dynasty is real. I know Cameron's come a little later into the piece, but yeah, I look at the way Hawkins has developed from his early days as a key forward, and I just look at what the possibilities can be for our key forwards. So I'm looking forward to that. And then there's this other added layer of well, if we win this week, we already kind of have separated ourselves from like ninth spot. But if we win this week, we can just create more separation between, the top half of the 8 and the bottom half of the 8. At this stage, I just want to get in. I just want to get a home final. That's probably where the bar has been raised a little bit. Top 4 would be wonderful and amazing and incredible. But, to give yourself the best chance to win in that first week of finals, if we can play in front of our home crowd at the MCG, that's the dream. That's really now the dream that is inching closer and closer to becoming hopefully a reality. Then there's this other bit of exciting news in that we're starting to finally get our players back. So Jacob Wiedering was the first one who I believe I think he's our most valuable player and our most important player for our structure. I think followed pretty closely, you can take your pick between Pitto and McGovern. Now, I'm not sure which of them will play. I'm not sure if either of them will play. Vossi said that they'd be ready for selection. Now, whether that is going to be through the VFL or the AFL, I'm not too sure. I guess I'm just mindful, especially with Gov, who just has a history of injury, especially with the soft tissue, especially with the hamstrings. I'm just mindful of bringing him back. How ready is he? I don't know. None of us know. I don't go to training. I'm not there every day. I don't know what his preparation's been like. But what I do know is that Mitch McGovern makes our team a lot better. And so does Pitto. And so do many of these other guys. But those two are the names that seem to have been put up for selection. Jack Martin, he's starting to become a bit of an unknown. I'm not sure where he's at, where his body's at. The injury report says that it's a calf and that it's a test. Matt Owies is also a calf and a test. He was a late withdrawal again last week. I would say that he is our top small forward. He would probably be our highest rated small forward internally, I would guess. I think Durden's not too far away and Jesse Motlop's definitely shown a little bit. And then there's Jack Noons, who had the corky from last week. He's also going to be a test. So we'll see what happens there. But slowly but surely, over the next few weeks, we're going to start to get our players back. And my hope for really, not only this week, but for the rest of the season, is we start to get a patch of good luck on the injury front. Because I have serious belief in what this team's capable of, let alone with or without the injuries. So to have the key players back, knowing that the system stands up against the better teams in the competition, is where the exciting part comes. And again, it's just another reminder that we're in round 18 and we're playing in games that are truly meaningful to the season and how it's going to play out and where the top 8 will end up. And that is something that we can't forget. That might be something that we take for granted in years to come. And I've noticed it with Richmond supporters, and I guess even Geelong supporters too. I've got Geelong friends who I'm ultra jealous of in terms of the life that they've lived, and I guess I do wonder if the winning becomes just so habitual that you take it for granted. I don't know if that's going to happen with me and with us, because the pain of the losing just lasted seemingly forever. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be going to games like this that matter, that truly matter, and I'm excited for the idea of what could be if we win this week. I'm confident that we're good enough. Am I confident that we're going to win? I'm always confident that we're going to win, of course. But I'm also confident that the Cats can seriously beat us as well. So I don't know. I've got a lot of excitement built up for this. I think having the week off, there is a blessing in having the week off. And I didn't make the trip to Perth. I stayed home. I stayed in Melbourne. And in hindsight, it was just great just to break up the routine a little bit. So you sort of miss it a little bit, and you go on Saturday night, and it's going to be on. It's going to be on for young and old. They're going to bring their best. We're going to bring our best, and I can't wait. What about you? How do you see this playing out? What are your thoughts on who should come into the side? I mean, we've just won a game by 10 goals. Like, how many changes are we really going to make? I know that there's probably a few names there that are a priority because of how important they are to our structure, and also knowing that you probably want to get them back in for a couple of weeks to get their touch back. So what are your thoughts on who should come into the side and who should go out? And how do you see this game playing out? Let us know in the comments below. And I look forward to Saturday night. It's going to be on for young and old. Go the Mighty Blues.